In the world of K-pop, a dazzling stage always shadowed by harsh realities, stories of idols rising and falling are common. Yet, the journey of Ahreum, former T-ara member, stands out as a particularly heartbreaking case, a girl born under the spotlight, who ultimately collapsed under its weight, all within just over a decade. From a breath of fresh air to a broken piece of T-ara. In 2012, at the peak of T-ara's fame with mega hits like Roly Poly, Lovey Dovey, and Cry Cry, the management decided to add a new ace to the group, Ahreum, a 1994-born singer with a powerful voice and radiant visuals. Coming from an artistic family, Ahreum barely had to endure the grueling trainee years that thousands of K-pop hopefuls face. Her debut in the day-by-day music video was likened to a rocket to stardom. The public had high hopes that she would become the catalyst to propel T-ara even further ahead in the fierce competition against powerhouses like SNSD. But misfortune struck faster than anyone could have anticipated. Swept away by scandal, an innocent bystander. Just months after Ahreum joined, the Hyung bullying scandal erupted violently. Overnight, T-ara went from being Korea's sweethearts to national outcasts. Although Ahreum had no direct involvement, she was inevitably dragged into the chaos. Her budding career was crushed before it even had a chance to bloom, as the group's public image crumbled. The failure of the subunit T-ara N4, where Ahreum was a key member, marked the final attempt to salvage her position in the group. A year later, Ahreum officially announced her departure, stepping away from the limelight under a cloud of bitter defeat. Struggling in the shadows and silent cries for help. Leaving the group did not bring freedom, it marked the beginning of Ahreum's turbulent downfall. As her name gradually faded from the public's memory, she resurfaced on social media with strange, extreme posts tinged with spirituality and bizarre undertones. Fans began to worry that she was spiraling into a severe mental health crisis, a silent killer that has claimed many lives in the K-pop industry. Her attempt to reboot her career on the reality show The Unit in 2017 ended in failure. Worse yet, her controversial remarks, such as praising Hyung, the central figure of T-ara's scandal, alienated what little support she had left. From then on, Ahreum's name became synonymous with regret and suspicion. When private life turns into tragedy, a fall beyond redemption. It seemed that Ahreum had found stability when she married in 2019. However, her personal life quickly devolved into chaos. A long, bitter divorce battle with ex-husband Kim Young-gul, spanning 4 years, severely tarnished her public image. Allegations of domestic violence, loss of child custody, and scandalous accusations flooded the media. The ultimate blow came when investigations concluded that the accusations Ahreum made against her ex-husband were baseless. Worse, authorities suspected that she had coached her children to provide false testimony. From victim, Ahreum became the accused, facing heavy criminal charges. In January 2025, she was sentenced to 8 months in prison and 2 years of probation, marking a devastating chapter in her life. Another collapse, a failed suicide attempt and fraud allegations. Barely 2 months after her sentencing, on the night of March 26, 2024, Ahreum was found unconscious after a suicide attempt at her home. The image of the once bright star, now clinging to life, sent shockwaves through the public. Yet, the nightmare continued. Shortly after, Ahreum and her new boyfriend Seo Dong-hoon were accused of defrauding fans, allegedly scamming up to 37 million South Korean won, $27,000. Despite their denials, investigation evidence confirmed that the loans they solicited, citing reasons like accidents, illnesses, and divorce, were fraudulent. On April 11, the court found Ahreum guilty of fraud and sentenced her to 6 months in prison, suspended for 2 years. Her tragic journey seemed to conclude not with redemption, but with irreversible disgrace. A new perspective, victim or perpetrator? Looking back at Ahreum's journey, it's difficult to categorize her simply as either a victim or a perpetrator. In one light, she was a young woman thrust into brutal industry pressures without the resilience needed to survive. In another, she actively contributed to her downfall through poor choices, moments of weakness, and failed attempts to salvage her reputation. Perhaps the greatest tragedy is that amidst all the scandals and personal failures, Her genuine musical talent, the very thing that once inspired so much hope, has been completely overshadowed. When an artist loses both their career and the trust of the public, no amount of spotlight can ever truly lead them back. Conclusion: Ahreum's downfall was not solely due to scandals or bad luck. It was a result of an industry that glamorizes success but offers no support in the face of failure, an environment that easily crushes fragile souls. In today's K-pop landscape, Ahreum's story is not just a cautionary tale whispered in regret but a searing reminder. Not every talent is strong enough to survive under the spotlight.